The other night, I decided to use an older build in Crucible and see how it fared now that stasis is out. Originally, I made it for Festival of the Lost because it is very mobile and it looks like a Titan cosplaying as Vex. So first things first is the Code of the Missile, which comes with the Ballistic Slam melee, where you yeet yourself head first into opponents like a Vex Wyvern. And if you can hit an opponent with it, your weapons will auto-reload and do more damage for a brief time. In order to make this pernicious pummel produce a potentially more potent punishment, I've paired it with particularly powerful exotics of a paracausal prominence. Alright, enough with the P-words for one sentence. I'm trying to sound like Mr. Popper's Penguins. Anywho, I used Heart of Inmost Light and Monte Carlo. Heart of Inmost Light gives a faster recharge rate on your abilities when you use an ability and makes them more powerful. Monte Carlo essentially has the Swashbuckler perk, but better. Dealing damage with the Monte Carlo gives melee charge, and getting kills with it make it do more damage, and has a chance to fully restore melee. Getting melee kills makes the weapon stronger and provides ammunition for it. I also used other Vex-themed implements for the other weapons. Traveler's Judgment 5 sidearm and the Temporal Claws machine gun. Didn't really use them that much though, because the Monte Carlo is just so good. I also used the Vex Festival of the Lost mask, because who wouldn't want to dress up as an enemy of humanity and use it as psychological warfare against fellow guardians? And yeah, that's the whole way to set this up, but how does it work? Very aggressive. I found it works best at dueling guardians one-on-one, but once you get the Markov chain going and those powerful melees, it can start to tear teams up. Like many PvP builds at the time of recording this, stasis is in need of balancing and is one of the worst things about using Code of the Missile. I would go to slam into someone like Scrooge McDuck into a pool of money, and they'd freeze me mid-slam and dance upon the corpse. But in 6v6 modes, there isn't as much stasis usage as there is in the competitive playlists, so that's probably the best place to utilize this build at the moment. Another issue is the maps. About half the maps available right now have low ceilings, and trying to slam is near impossible at worst, or incredibly janky at best. But, like I said, it's only about half the maps, so you have a 50-50 chance on being able to wyvern slam people, or hit your head on the ceiling and look like an idiot in front of your allies. Once you do get onto those larger maps though, oh baby is this lethal. Being able to rocket across the map by chaining abilities and kills together feels really good. Sort of like being on a long cramped flight and you debark and your legs feel as though you could run a marathon. That is, after stopping at the Cinnabon first. There seems to be one of those at every airport in America. Anyways, enough about that. Overall, this build is very fun, both in the dynamics of how everything works together, and also in looking as much like a Vex as possible. But thank you for watching, and if you want to see other builds for PvP where I cosplay as the enemies of humanity, let me know in the comments below. I have some ideas on how to do a Fallen and a Hive build, and if people really like the idea, I will bump it up in my schedule. Again, thank you for watching, and have yourselves a pleasant day.